welcome to English Study Hour. Today we are talking about the preposition into and a variety of verbs which we use together with this preposition. As you know, different verbs together with the same preposition form different meanings. And today we will try to learn 5 different phrasal verbs, 5 different meanings of the combination of verb plus a preposition into. Let's start. And the first phrasal verb for today is to enter into. To enter into means to start, to be involved, to start to participate in a discussion or a conversation. So to start to be involved means that before we weren't participating, we weren't involved into this discussion, but now we have changed our mind and we start to be involved or start to participate. For example, if you don't want to enter into discussion with Peter, tell him that you're busy today. If you don't want to enter into discussion with Peter, means that if you are not interested in having a conversation with Peter, enter into, start to communicate, start to participate in a conversation. So if you don't want to participate in a conversation, simply say that you're busy. And the second example, Sally knows a lot about marketing, and if you start a discussion, she will definitely enter into it. Sally knows a lot about marketing, so if you start a discussion, she will enter into it. Means that Sally will for sure participate in a conversation about marketing because she is an expert. She knows a lot. So enter into means to participate in a conversation. Here we have to remember the difference between the word combination enter a room, enter a classroom, enter an office building. So when we are talking about some place, we never use preposition into. We simply use the verb enter plus a place which we are entering. Enter an office building. And the second phrasal verb for today is to run into. Run into means to meet someone unexpectedly without any previous plan. Let's look at examples. As I was doing some shopping last Friday, I ran into my ex-colleague, whom I haven't seen for a couple of years. I ran into my ex-colleague means that I met my ex-colleague unexpectedly. I haven't planned to meet my ex-colleague in a shopping center. However, I ran into him or her. I met a person unexpectedly. And the second example, if you don't want to run into someone from your town, don't go to this restaurant. If you don't want to run into someone from your town, run into means to meet someone unexpectedly, to meet someone without any plan, any previous plan. The third phrasal verb for today is to look into. This phrasal verb is very interesting. It means to examine, to investigate information or facts about a situation or a specific problem. For example, there was a massive forest fire in this location last week. Now, people are looking into the cause of that fire. People are looking into the cause of the fire means that people are investigating the situation. People are trying to understand what was the cause, what was the reason of the problem. People try to investigate it. And the second example, I'm looking into the possibility of getting a new job in this cozy town. I'm looking into the possibility. It means I'm searching information. I'm trying to understand what's happening around. I'm trying to examine the place for the future opportunities for myself. Number 4, burst into. I'm sure you've heard this phrasal verb many times. It is quite spread out. It's quite common one. It's quite a popular phrasal verb. And it means to suddenly start crying, laughing, or singing. For example, when Jack got his sister's gift, he burst into tears. It was such a happy and emotional moment. Jack burst into tears means that Jack started suddenly crying because it was such a moment, it was such an emotional moment for him. He started crying. All of a sudden, he burst into tears. And the second example, Mary told me such a funny joke that I burst into laughter. I burst into laughter because Mary told me a very funny story. Mary told me a very funny joke. So I started laughing suddenly, unexpectedly. And the last phrasal verb for today is to throw oneself into. To throw oneself into means to start doing something very actively with a lot of energy, with a lot of enthusiasm. Let's look at examples. After getting permission to start with a new project, Kate threw herself into work. Kate threw herself into work means that Kate started to work actively. She gave a lot of effort, a lot of energy to this project. And the second example, George bought a nice village house with a huge garden and immediately threw himself into planting the new fruit trees. George threw himself into planting the new trees. So he started planting the new trees very actively with enthusiasm. He had a lot of desire, a lot of energy to do it. Today we have spoken about 5 phrasal verbs which we built with the help of preposition into. I hope you learned a lot from this video. If you found this video useful, like it, comment, and subscribe. See you!